And good morning, Montrose. It is a beautiful Friday morning here in Montrose, Colorado. I have some amazing guests in the studio today. We have the lovely Miss Kathy Hoffman and the lovely Megan Wilson. We're going to be talking about holiday giving. We might laugh a little bit. We might cry a little bit today. I don't know. But before we get to holiday giving and all the awesome things that we have available here in Montrose, I want to talk about some awesome things we have available here in Montrose, such as events. So it is a busy weekend. Starting today, the Boys and Girls Club, the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club annual Crab Crack is happening. So at 6 o'clock, if you are a major sponsor, your crab meal will be delivered to your home. Wow, I know, for all of your guests. If you purchase individual tickets, that you're going to be able to start picking those up. It is a Southern treat that they have perfected and turned into a great fundraiser. So the Black Canyon Boys and Girls Club Crab Crack is happening tonight at 6 o'clock. Guess what else is happening this weekend?
What's that?
Oh, okay. We're talking holiday season, right?
Yes.
Holidays start before Thanksgiving around here. So starting at 1 o'clock today and all day tomorrow, well, 9:30 tomorrow morning, we have the annual Happy New Merry Thanksmas.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay.
Say that 3 times fast.
Yes. It took me a long time to figure out how to say that. So it is the biggest shopping event, having everyone in one place. The vendors are already there setting up. They've been setting up since 7 a.m. this morning. I did a quick walkthrough, and I got to tell you, I already saw some things I want to buy or get or do. So Happy New Merry Thanksmas. This weekend, Friendship Hall starts today at 1 o'clock and goes until 6, and then tomorrow from 9:30 until 4 o'clock. And after that, we're going to get through Thanksgiving, we're going to enjoy some meals with our families. And then December is here.
Yes.
Just like that.
I feel like 2021 blew by.
Exactly. It's what, less than 30 days we have left in this month. But on December 8th, it's the annual economic forecast that is happening at the Holiday Inn this year. We have Nathan Perry coming back, the economist. He's amazing. So I'm looking forward to his predictions for 2022. And then we always hear from the city and the county. So the city will do a State of the City address, and the county does a State of the County address. So again, looking forward to hearing all of these folks talk about what we should be looking forward to in 2022 and how we should end 2021. And do you know that Montrose Regional Hospital, oh my gosh, is it Montrose Regional Health now, right?
I think so.
The hospital changed its name. They have a new CEO. And he's going to be speaking at Power Players on December 16th, and that is a luncheon that is happening at the Bridges. So many events that are coming up. These are just a few highlights, and you can just start planning which ones you're going to attend right now. I bet you know which ones you're attending.
Yes.
I'll be at all but the Crab Crack because I will be working tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, we might be able to bring
I'm
you
really
some crab.
bummed though.
We might be able to bring you some crab. So this show could not be produced without the help of some major sponsors. I want to thank Elevate Fiber, the Real Estate Store, Alpine Bank, and River Valley Family Health Centers for bringing Montrose Matters live. Okay, I want to talk about giving. So let's give a minute to commercial, and we'll be right back.
Employees, and we were in a double wide trailer with 4 exam rooms. So that's where we started, behind an elementary school, really focused on taking care of those children. It was a school-based clinic prior to us becoming an FQHC. But very quickly, we realized the community needed a lot more support, a lot more access to healthcare. So in the last 8 years, we've grown to 3 different sites. We have 104 employees now, and we're taking care of about 6,600 unique patients a year.
You're proud to call Colorado home. So are we. Since 1973, we've been giving back to the communities where we live, work, and play across our great state. And we're here to stay. If you're looking for an independent, locally managed community bank where the employees are also the owners, we would like to be your bank. We're Alpine Bank.
Hey, and we're back. Now we get to talk about some fun stuff. Giving, and look at the smiles on your faces. I can tell both of you love to give.
Yes.
And, yeah?
Yes.
Good.
Favorite time of year.
We
Is
know,
it
we know
really?
a lot of other people that love to give too.
Yes.
And and that's what I want to talk about, because you two represent organizations or giving opportunities that isn't just one person. It's not just you. So let's start with Kathy. I want to start with you, and let's start with the Cobble Creek Angel Tree.
Okay.
So it has been around for how long?
We have been in existence for 15 years,
Okay.
and it began with a couple, Dara and Randy Siebert, who by themselves orchestrated this huge program which took care of over 100 kids a year. And they did that for, I want to say, probably 10 or 12 years by themselves.
Oh, wow.
And then decided that they really didn't want to do it by themselves anymore. And so
I wonder why. That's a huge
Cobble,
undertaking.
yeah, Cobble Creek had embraced this project and had adopted all of their angels and done a variety of things for them. And so then Cobble Creek decided, well, we can't have this program die. We've got to have it continue to go on. So we put together a committee. So now it's all done by committee
Okay.
of Cobble Creek residents. And of course, we couldn't do anything that we do without the support of this wonderful community. But the Cobble Creek residents are the ones that actually do all the work to facilitate it. So we start in about late September, early October, meeting with the committee, and we work with a variety of programs around town. You mentioned Black Canyon Boys and Girls Clubs. We receive referrals from them. We receive referrals from Montrose Human Services, from PIC, from a variety of programs around town that take care of children who are underserved. And so the children that we receive for our program are pre-qualified for need. Ooh. And boy, do we get some amazing requests from those kids. It really, really hits home and makes you realize why we're doing this, So anyhow, we get together as a committee. While we're waiting for the referrals to come in for the agencies, we put together little angels that go on the tree and we decorate them. When the information comes back from the agencies, we receive information on each child. Each child, we never know a child's name.
Okay.
We only know their age and their sex, their sizes, what their needs might be as far as clothing or whatever their needs, their individual needs are. We have some people that have other needs other than just typical clothing kinds of things. And we always want to make sure that our angels also receive toys and things that they can enjoy and have for themselves.
So if I hear you correctly, and then not to cut you off, is so the Angel Tree program is for kids who are already in some sort of system.
Correct.
That have a need. So it could be Health and Human Services would send over a referral.
Yes.
And the Cobble Creek Angel Tree program tries to accommodate their basic needs, such as clothing and plus a toy, something
Yes.
for them to play with and do on Christmas.
Yes. We encourage toys. We encourage books.
Okay.
We think it's very important that children read and learn how to read and enjoy reading, because it's something we're all called upon to do in life. And so anyhow, we really want to make sure that these children have the opportunity to enjoy their Christmas too. Christmas means a lot of things to a lot of people. Some of these kids, for example, we've had kids that ask for something as basic as a bed. And, I can't even imagine being a child and needing a bed, But anyway, and some of the other needs that have come to us have been just amazing. But anyway, we really want to make sure that we give each child the opportunity to have something of their own, because what comes with being financially challenged is not having a lot of nice things of your own, not having that good feeling of possession. This is my doll, this is my bicycle, this is my, and so we try to take care of that for the kids.
Great. So, I am curious, how how soon does someone need to be in the system? So can someone go into pick place right now and say, I have a need? Do you know anyone who's doing or is that too late?
Yeah, it's too late right now for them to become a referral for us because these agencies have gotten their referrals to us by the beginning of November. And when we receive that information, we put the information for the child on the angel that hangs on a tree. And that information hangs on the trees from the beginning of November till around the first week in December. And by the first week in December, all of the Christmas gifts are already coming back for the children. And then our committee goes to work and does our hard work. What we're doing while the angels are on the trees is we're fundraising, because we give each donor not only an angel but also a gift bag to put the gifts in. And when the gift bags come back, we want to make sure that all of the needs are in that bag. And the reason we fundraise is so that if bags come back and the child has asked for a warm coat or asked for snow boots and didn't get it, or asked for a bicycle, that's why we fundraise. We make sure they have those needs, and we make sure they get that bicycle along with a helmet and a lock and those kinds of things to make sure that we handle everything that they need. So
that is amazing. What I love about this community, and you alluded to it, we are extremely giving, but we're also, Montrose is a collaborative community. And because I want to talk to Megan about her giving tree, I see where every organization that is giving, just yours, that the holes that may exist, another organization can fill.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
So on the, in contrast, talk about the giving tree.
So with the Giving Tree, we've been doing that for 5 years. It started out as adopting whole families, so kind of like what we heard about with the Angel Tree last year. Some families get a gift card for their dinner or whatever. We did that, but when COVID hit, there was such a huge need and a gap where maybe some parents were getting unemployment, so they didn't get into your referrals, but they still needed help with Christmas.
Right.
And so when 2019 Christmas hit, we decided that it was more important, in my opinion, for the kids to be served. And so we started just adopting kids. Last year we adopted 82 kids. We did have some amazing donors who helped us out with that. And then everything else Tanya and I picked up, and we went on a Saturday with 4 of us and shopped for 82 kids. Then we took it back to my office and we wrapped all their presents. And we do get first names for these kids, just so that way we can put their name on the present, but then the parents or the guardians can put their names on it. So, but it's even still a surprise to them what they're actually getting. We try to fill every need that is given to us on their Santa's wish list. Sometimes we can't do that because we have a $100 budget. So we do spend $100 per child, but we try to fit their things they need, like the clothes, the socks, the shoes, and then we also make sure they have something that is amazing for them to open that's their personal thing. So it's a lot like the Angel Tree in that aspect. We just don't have we don't require an income guideline because we want to fill the gap that you guys are not being able to fill.
Absolutely.
And so we wanted to fill that gap, and it's one of my favorite times of the year, just like you. Like I get so much joy, and our donors get so much joy by being able to help all these kids in this community, and it's just amazing.
It is. I have to say, COVID put a wrench in everything, right? I mean, it just changed how we did.
It doubled the size of our program.
And that's what I was going to ask. So is that, that's the biggest impact that you saw? There was more need?
Absolutely. We were serving 125 to 150 kids a year.
Oh, wow.
Before COVID.
Okay.
After COVID, last year we served 328 children, and this year we're already up in the 320s, and we still have referrals coming in.
So you went from 120, 130?
125 to 150 to 328.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is That's
Yeah,
here in our community.
community.
That's right here
Yes.
in Montrose.
And also, that's not with the agencies being able to send us everyone they would like to. We only have the ability to do marshaling of so many Christmas bags and so many, for so many children, because we just don't have space to do bigger and more than that. So we have to, tell the agencies, okay, here's about how many children we think we can accommodate for you. And this year we did have the opportunity to allow some of the agencies to give us more. And so we took as many as we possibly could, and we will continue to do that, and we have to continue to be creative as to how we fill those needs too. So, we have our Christmas tree still at Cobble Creek that has angels on it, but we've had to resort to having satellite trees around town too, to make sure that there are enough people helping us with the burden so that we can serve all those needs.
Yeah, who would have thought that would be a term one day? Satellite trees around the community.
I know.
This world has changed so much. So the impact on the Giving Tree, Megan, I know. Well, I don't want to steal your thunder, but you did have. There were people that we couldn't fulfill their needs.
I was literally Christmas Eve, people asking us to help shop for their kids, and it broke my heart. But we did everything we could, but we ran out of time.
Yes.
And so we, this year we did start a lot earlier in accepting forms. There is a Google form you can go onto the Shelter Insurance Megan Wilson Facebook page and fill out, which gets it directly to us. The sooner the better, because our deadline this year is going to be December 1st, because it was just so hard to try and get to those last minute people. But we want to help as many kids as we can in this area in Montrose County, because there is a great need. And look at how many kids you're already helping, and then we're helping like 100 kids. And
Yes.
like how many kids are out there that we're not getting to because we're not being able to fill that gap. But that's why it's so great that there's the Angel Tree, the Giving Tree, there's what's the Mrs. Claus with a cause.
Oh,
yes, that's
I
another
don't
one.
mean to plug another person, but it's another area in this community where they found a need also, and they're helping fill that need too. So there's a lot of great community contribution out there in Montrose County, where hopefully there is not a kid here that is going without Christmas.
That is, I hear you. So I want to get to a couple of points here. There are stories that I've heard from both of you that literally had me in tears, and I think that those stories are important to tell. They're very poignant and explain where we are as a community and as a nation, and if we don't continue to help each other. And you gave me a term once. It's not a handout. It's
a hand up.
It's a hand up.
Yes.
So let's take a quick commercial break. We're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about giving.
At the Real Estate Store, we're a group of real estate professionals who share all forms of property brokering in an innovative way. Our expertise and experience makes us the best choice for buyers and sellers. Our brokers are ready to assist you, either in person or virtually. Come visit us in historic downtown Montrose and experience for yourself the difference of our personal, professional property brokers.
Believe it, just like Gigfoot, Zero Lag Gaming does exist. The real myth now? Slow internet made you lose. So step up your game with Elevate Internet today.
All right, so somebody forgot to bring me cheese balls today.
Sorry. I didn't get the memo in time.
No, but I can't thank enough the Real Estate Store, Elevate Fiber, River Valley Family Health, and Alpine Bank. Thank you again, because as we talk about giving, if it wasn't for these underwriters, we couldn't tell this story at all.
That's right.
So I just wanted to bring that up again. There are stories within the stories, and we talk about programs and nonprofits and helping and giving. And there are times that it just sounds like someone else asking for money. There's no real emotion around it. But this is beyond money, both of your tree options. And you told me a story, Kathy, once about a recipient for Christmas. Would you mind telling that story again?
Sure. Well, we have these stories come up every year. It's not just, this one particular story, but one particular story kind of resonates in my mind because it kind of mushroomed into a community, could have been a really huge project, but we had one child who asked for a bed. And she and her mother were living in an RV somewhere. We never knew whether they owned it or were renting it or what, but there was just the small bed in the back of the RV that she and her mother were sharing, and then, in the kitchenette where the table folds into a bed, there was no bed there. There was no mattress. And this little girl asked for a bed. And she also asked for a sewing machine because she thought if she had a sewing machine, she could make all the clothes she wanted. Well, so one of our ladies, when we were filling out the angels, saw this request and it touched her heart. So she went ahead and adopted that angel herself. And so she went about the business of getting this bed and along with linens and things to go with it and so on. And she was trying to figure out, because it's quite a lot. I mean, beds are expensive, sewing machines are expensive. And so she went to one of the local sewing machine shops and, explained what she was doing and explained our program and what we were trying to do for this child, and did they have any used sewing machines that she might be able to get for this child. Well, before it was all over, the sewing machine shop donated the sewing machine, donated the lessons on how to sew, donated some fabric, and then we all got to wondering, okay, so they're in this RV, does it even function? If they can't afford to go out and buy a little bed and some linens, can they afford to even? So before it was all over, we wanted to know more about the RV. We had it all set up that we could have, gone ahead and fixed the RV for them at no charge to them. And, these things, all these projects just seem to mushroom. And this is such a fantastic community with being able to go to people and say, hey, this is a sincere need for this person. What can you do to help? And they always help. It's just fabulous.
Well, what you brought up too is the trickle down effect, because we are thinking that we're raising funds and working on programs to give toys and gifts to children over Christmas. That's one holiday, that's one day, and you figured out that the need is so much greater than
it is.
Just
and
that.
We've had, having done this for 15 years, we've had people come to us who were recipients years ago and said, you'll have no idea how much difference that made in my life.
Oh, I believe it. I believe it. And Megan, do you have a similar story? I know I can think of one that you've told me, but we'll...
Well, what got my whole brain thinking that this was something I really wanted to be involved in is when I was about 12, 13 years old, our church put together, there was a family that was in need, and they were not a member of our church, but they saw a need, and I don't know how they found that out. I wasn't part of that, but our church got together, we made some toys, and we got some gifts put together for this family, and we made a big old Christmas dinner for them, and on Christmas Eve, we went and delivered all this stuff to this family. Well, when we get there, it's literally one of those campers that fits in a bed of a truck. And there are 8 people who live in this camper.
Oh my.
And what was so amazing, and I can't tell the story without crying every time, is that even though that family was living in that tiny little camper and they didn't have anything, they were so happy. And when we came, they were so grateful. They were so happy. And the amount of joy and love that we were able to give them that day just made me want to continue that. And through the last 5 years, we've had lots of families who come in because they come to our office and pick up the gifts. And when they see what we've put together as a community for their kids, they give us hugs and they cry and they're like, "Are you sure?" And it's just, that is what part of Christmas is giving to others and doing for others. It's not about what I'm getting. And in selfishness, I get the joy of their joy. And so, it's just, I don't know how you can recreate that. It's amazing. And to be able to do something amazing like that for our community is something I will do until I die.
So there's, and I appreciate that. I do remember one story. There was a single dad who had, I think his daughter was 12 or something, and he was listed in your Giving Tree program, and he just didn't know. I don't know what she wanted, she wanted crafts, and I'm a single dad of a 12-year-old. This is like all of a sudden, and I need help in even understanding how to help her and what to do. And this is one where there's a photo. Megan actually ended up delivering meeting them in her van, and when she opened the back of the van and he saw all the gifts, he thought it was going to be like 2 gifts. Well, they even had funds left over because there was a generous donor that she was able to give Christmas to Dad as well.
Yeah.
So they had
and Christmas dinner.
So they got some of the needs, the clothes, and he says, I didn't expect it. For me, I just wanted my daughter taken care of, but to have I just can imagine both of them and opening presents on Christmas morning and both being.
Well, and it truly was like Santa delivered it because neither one of them had a clue.
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely true.
Yeah.
But
so,
and he cried, and he was just like, he's just like, I just don't know how I can thank you guys enough and the people that have helped you, So it was amazing because he thought he was getting like 1 or 2 of the presents that were in the back of my van. I'm like, oh no, those are all yours. And he's like,
what do I do with that?
yeah. So it's just amazing that we can, as a community, can do that for people.
Most
It
definitely.
is, absolutely.
We have 2 great programs, the Cobble Creek Angel Tree program and the Giving Tree. I think I'm brilliant all the time and asked all the right questions, but I'm pretty sure there's some information that that we left out here. Is there anything you would like to add, Kathy, about the Cobble Creek Angel Tree program?
Well, just while we are waiting for all the Christmas gifts to come in from donors, we are still actively fundraising.
Okay.
And so if anyone sees this and would like to contribute to Cobble Creek Angel Tree, please contribute to our account at the Montrose Community Foundation.
Okay.
And we would be eternally grateful. It's an especially large year again for us, and we have some greater needs this year in the individual requests that we have had than we've had before, and we'd really appreciate any support we can get from the community.
Good. So they need to go to Montrose Community Foundation's website.
Correct.
And then
we have a Cobble Creek Angel Tree Click and Pledge page on that website.
Perfect. Okay.
And yes, and so if anyone has difficulty finding that, they can go to the Cobble Creek website. We have an Angel Tree page on the Cobble Creek website, and there is a link on that website also directly to the Montrose Community Foundation's Click and Pledge page.
Perfect. Thank you, Kathy. And the Giving Tree, Megan, is there anything I failed to ask or anything else you want to bring up?
So there will be angel trees at
Giving Trees.
or Giving Trees. Sorry, that's all right. Sorry, I was listening to
Angel
the
and
Angel
Giving
Tree.
Trees all
So the
over
Giving
town.
Tree, we will have one at our booth at the Happy New Merry Thanksmas today and tomorrow. But there are also Giving Trees that are at Our Town Matters, Shattered Image, and then Shelter Insurance. Anybody who would like to donate to this cause can also donate through either contacting Our Town Matters or Megan Wilson Shelter Insurance, and we'll set you up on how to do that.
Great. Okay, well, I am ready to shop, and I might do some shopping not just for me, but for the Angel Tree and the
Black
Giving
Friday
Tree.
is coming.
Exactly.
Small Business Black Friday.
Yeah, Small
Main
Business
Street.
Saturday
Yeah,
and Black Friday. So let's get out, let's shop. And I cannot thank you ladies enough for what you continue to do for this community that I can tell we all love so very much.
Thank you for shedding a light
Yes.
on all of this for us and for doing all the things you always do.
Yes, thank
Really
you so much.
appreciate it.
Shucks. All right, ladies, let's get out and do some shopping. Everyone have a great weekend. We will see you next week. It'll be the Friday after Thanksgiving, and we've got a good show planned for next week. Take care.